calculate the maximum value for the given function on the interval x is greater than 0. And f of x, they gave a function. Try to understand the question and I'll explain you how. Okay. They asked us to calculate the maximum value for the given function. I say you, when we can get the maximum value or the minimum value in a function is when we equate the derivative of the given function to 0. Okay. So here they gave f of x as 4x cube minus 16x square minus 12x plus 6. In order to find the maximum value, what you have to do is you have to do the derivation and you have to equate it to 0. Okay. Now, after doing derivation, it will be 4 into 3x square minus 16 into 2x minus 12. Derivative of constant will be 0 is equal to 0. Since in order to find the maximum value, we have to equate the derivative of the given function to the value 0. Okay. Here it will be 12x square minus 16 2s are 32x minus 12 equal to 0. And as I told you earlier, within the calculator, you can find the values of x. If not, you can use the formula, which is minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. This is the formula to find out the roots. Also, there is one other way, the regular way, which I prefer to calculate the roots. So, but first, we have to simplify this equation. After simplifying this equation, dividing it by 4, since 4 is the common factor for all these three numbers, we got the value like this. And it will be 3x square minus 9x plus x minus 3 equal to 0. And 3x into x minus 3 plus 1 into x minus 3 equal to 0. Now it will be x minus 3, 3x plus 1 equal to 0. What are the values of x? X equal to 3, also x equal to minus 1 by 3. Am I correct? Since they ask the maximum value for the given function on the interval, what is the condition? X greater than 0. Okay. Make sure to check on the condition. If they ask you to find out the maximum value or a minimum value, or if they ask you to find out the value after finding out the derivative, then they will give you a condition where you have to find it, whether they will give you an interval or whether they will give you positive x-axis, if not negative x-axis, if not positive y-axis, or whatever it may be, they will give you certain condition. Please solve the question with respect to the condition which they mentioned within the question. Since they said x is greater than 0, here you have to consider x equal to 3. If they said the x value is less than 0, then you have to consider minus 1 by 3. Okay. Now, we have to substitute the value of x within the given function. What is the given function? F of x. Now, please substitute the value of x in the given function and substituting the value of 3 within the given function, the base function. Okay. 4 into 27. It's 108. Right. So, after summing up all these values, you will get to minus 66. Okay. So I hope this question is clear. And also, if they ask the question as x, if the interval as x is less than 0, then you have to do is you have to choose the negative value within the roots obtained. Okay. And once again, I am emphasizing for these kinds of questions, whenever they ask you for a maximum value or a minimum value, then you have to derivate the given equation and equate that equation to 0. You will get the values of x and substitute the values of x in the base function, not in the derivative function. If you substitute that value in the derivative function, then obviously you're going to get the value as 0. Please make sure that you substitute the values within the base function. Since this is an indefinite derivative, I mean, indefinitive derivative means the derivative without any sort of lower limit or upper limit. We call them as indefinitive derivative. The indefinitive derivative and indefinitive integral, we cannot calculate them using calculator. If we encounter such kind of problems, then we have to go by formula and we have to go by handbook. If you remember the formula or if you remember the procedure for such kind of problems, then you need not to go through handbook since you know it. We gave the f of x function in terms of x as 4x square plus 3x minus 6, and we have to find the derivative. Please remember these points. For derivative, the value of degree, or we can also call it as exponent, it decreases for derivatives. Okay, and if you go with integrals, the meaning of integrals is integrating. It means that we are enhancing the value. If you do integration, then the value of degree, which is exponent, it increases. Okay, it is a blind mark to identify the difference between derivative and integration, and also using the options we can solve it. I'm letting you know all these blind rules because though you forget the formula or though you find a hard task finding the formula within the handbook, using these blind rules you can decode the answer using the options. All right. Okay, and coming to the options, if you see the value of degree, it decreased in both the options A and B, and also it could be none of the above, but not C. Why? Because if you see in option C, the exponent of x is 3 here. Here the exponent is getting increased than in the question. So that could be answer of integration, but not the answer for derivative. So for the derivative, the answer should be one of the three from A, B, and D. All right. And one other blind rule is when you do derivative, you don't get a constant within the answer. Okay. For derivatives, no constant in the answer after derivative. But for integration, there will be a constant for sure. That is a must and should thing after integration. But the same integration, if you do with lower limit and upper limit, then you should get a value. You don't get a constant, extra constant. You will get a direct value since you apply upper limit values minus lower limit values. You will get a direct answer. Please don't get confused for this. Once again, I'm repeating here. For derivatives, the value of degree or exponent, it decreases. And for integration, the value of degree, it increases. All right. Now, we are supposed to find derivative. I erased it because there I put integration symbol. That is the reason I erased it. Don't get confused for yourself regarding this thing. It is supposed to be d by dx. It is not integral since they ask derivative in this question. And all the other things which I said to you, that when you have to do derivative, the value of degree, it gets decreases for derivative, and for integration, the value of degree, it increases in the answer. Okay. Now, what is the formula for d by dx of x power n? It will be n into x power n minus 1. And now here d by dx of 4x square is 4 into 2. 4 we will take it as it is, as 4 is constant. Now we are derivating for x square, which is 2 into x plus derivative of 3x is 3. That is equal to 8x plus 3. Okay, let's move to the next question.
Facing the challenge of the FE exam, looking for a way to prepare smarter, not harder? Bhavanam C2C has the answer. Introducing Bhavanam C2C FE Exam Preparation Program, designed for civil engineers aiming to pass the FE exam and excel in the USA. Wondering what sets us apart? Our expert team. Meet Mahendra, EIT and Project Manager, who knows the FE exam inside and out. K.N. Madhav, EIT and Civil Engineering Masters Graduate. And Chandravarthan, IIT Postgraduate and Top 422 GATE Rank Achiever. These experienced instructors have already helped hundreds succeed. Will you be next? In just 3 months, you will master all 14 essential subjects through live online classes held every evening from 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. Monday to Friday. But that's not all. For each subject, sharpen your skills with 15 dedicated practice questions and follow up with quizzes containing 45 questions to solidify your understanding. Prepare like a pro with 3 full-length, 6-hour mock exams designed to mirror the final exam. Plus, receive personalized guidance through one-on-one sessions with our expert instructors to refine your strategy. We understand balancing work, life, and studies can be challenging. So we have got you covered with 1-year access to recorded sessions and replays of live classes to catch up anytime. Here's the game changer. While others charge over $1,000, we are offering everything for just $350. Want an even better deal? Contact the number below now to claim a flat $50 discount and get it all for only $300. Enjoy a 100% refund if you are not fully satisfied within the first week. No questions asked. Our live batches starts fresh every month on 15th. Don't miss your chance to join. Limited seats available. Contact the number below to secure your spot and get enrolled today.
This is the question. Evaluate the integral 0 to 1 6x square plus 2x plus 3 dx. These kinds of questions you can calculate directly from the calculator without even using the formula. But what all you need to know is how to calculate the integrals using the calculator. I will give you a YouTube video now. Regardless, you can't hear the audio. Audio I'll give from my end directly, but you will come to know how to use the calculator. In this video, I'm gonna let you know how to calculate definite integrals using the calculator. And here the given question is integral 0 to 2 2x square plus 3x plus 2 into dx. So if you got this calci, this is the procedure, and if you got any other calci, then you should be familiar with the procedure how to calculate definite integrals within that. All the calculators don't have this operation maybe. So use the second key, and in some calculators if you don't have the second key, then you have to go for the shift option. In some calculators you will have the shift option too. It is similar to the shift operation within the keyboard. Now after hitting second button, you have to go for that integral symbol. You have to give the lower limit and upper limit. Also enter the function. That is how you enter the function. Okay. When you give the enter function, press the right arrow so that it goes to the corner. When the question is okay, hit enter. Okay. Even though you hit enter, it takes certain time in order to get the answer. Why? Because the calculator has to process the definite integrals. It takes certain time. All right. And it is not sure that you may get the answer in fractions, but your answer may be given in fractions. So that if you got your answer in decimal, you can convert that into fraction by using the key right above the enter in this particular calculator. And it may vary with another calculator if you choose another one. I hope this is clear for you. This is showing question number 17. Okay. Using the formula, integral of x to the power m dx is x to the power of m plus 1 divided by m plus 1. Okay. And here the condition should be that m should not be equal to minus 1. The reason why they gave is if m equal to minus 1, then it will be in the form of indeterminate form. Why? Because the denominator will turn out to be 0 and the value of the fraction will go to infinity. That is the reason they gave m should not be equal to minus 1. All right. Now let us go by the formula. If not, integral of 6x square is 6 into x cube by 3. Also, one other thing, integral of coefficients, the constant coefficients of variables, they will remain the same. Okay. So since it is an integral of 6x square, 6 will remain same and you have to integrate for x square. That is how we do. 6x cube by 3 plus 2 into x square by 2 plus 3x. But here you are not supposed to put the constant. Why? Because it is a definite integral. Okay. Definite integral means it's an integral with lower limit and upper limit. Now we have to calculate the values. First, we will substitute the upper limit 6 into 1 by 3 plus 2 into 1 by 2, which is 2 by 2 plus 3 into 1 minus, since each and every fraction got 0, the entire lower limit value will be 0 if you substitute 0 in the place of x. Now it will be 6 by 3 equal to 2 plus 2 by 2 equal to 1 and 3. The answer is 6. Here it is. Okay. So familiarize yourself how to use the calculator. Now it is a similar question. Here what you have to do is determine the area under the curve f of x equal to 4 minus x square from x equal to 0 to x equal to 3. In certain cases, what we have to do is whenever they ask you to find the area for the certain curve, you have to integrate. It means that in the questions with variables like this, whenever they ask you like this, you have to integrate the given equation and you have to use the values as lower limit and upper limit. Okay. Now, in this case, it will be integral 0 to 3. F of x here is 4 minus x square. Using calculator or using the formula which we used in the previous problem. So, integral of 4 is 4 into x minus integral of x square is x cube by 3. These values I got from the formulas within the integrals which are given in the handbook, and the upper limit is 3, lower limit is 0. So in the example problems, what I'm saying to you, the lower limit I took is 0. It is not mandatory or it is not compulsory that within the exam, the lower limit has to be given as 0. That is optional. But in maximum of the questions which I saw in the model papers and the general questions which I saw outside, the lower limit is usually 0. They don't want to bother us much. So it will be given usually as 0, but it is not compulsory once again. Okay, now we have to substitute the upper limit as 3 in the place of x. So after calculating this value, it will be 12 minus 9, which is equal to 3. Okay.